What is up, guys? Welcome to the final episode of Season 1 of my Ipswich Town Road to Glory career mode. Today we've got Bolton, Exeter, Charlton and Derby to round off the league. And as you saw in the last game, or the last episode, we have won the league. So yes, I'm going to be promoting 2 centre mids and 1 left winger into the club. And just going to be playing them for the last few games. So heavily rotating as well, so I'm just going to be trying to get the team some more playing time just to not drop their ratings and try and bring up the youth players a little bit higher, because he was 52 rated. Hopefully he can get up to 53 or 54 for the championship season, just so we can get that youth development objective where we've got to play him for half the games in next season. And Skinner, well, he might come as well. We'll have to wait and see how well he goes. Obviously being a right winger, we are contemplating switching to a 2 up front with 3 in the midfield going into the championship, because we have left ourselves a bit short sometimes with just the 2 in the middle and only 2 up, or only a 1 up top with 2 out wide. But as you see, Bolton gets the scoreline going away. So unfortunately they've now conceded and we're falling behind this game. Not doing too well. Bolton looking to replace him as well, so we'll see who we bring in next season. But yeah, just trying to round off everyone and round off the whole season on a nice high here. Lane playing a good through ball into Chaplin. Chaplin running at the goalkeeper and can't really do much of it. And Chaplin is one of those players that might fall foul of the formation change. Obviously he's a right winger cam, so whether we change him into a cam position and then we bring him as, obviously we'll play 3 holding midfielders, but yeah, he might just come on as a sub when we move the cam in. But yeah, right wingers and wingers might fall short if they can't convert into a striker. But yeah, we got a goal back there finally against Bolton. Try not to lose touch here as Skinner scores his first goal of the club. And yeah, he's a nice little kid, I think. He's only 63 rated, so he's a left winger. Like I say, hopefully we can shift him into a striker position. If not, we may look to sell him on, unfortunately. But yeah, the prospect is very, very good. He's got some good overalls, as you did see there at the start of the episode. So yeah, hopefully trying to keep it all level, but it looked offside. Bolton was a really good save to keep us level. 88th minute, Bolton on the last attack. Sadler pings a nice ball into Amundsen. Amundsen plays it into Kachunga. Kachunga slots it past Walton in the 90th minute, quite literally the 90th minute. And yeah, that is how it's going to end up. Ipswich Town 2, Bolton Wanderers 3. After the spanking we gave them in the Papa John's final, it was just seemed to be like, you know, we were going to beat them. And Harris brought him on, just a bit of pace in the last episode, or last few moments. But yeah, he couldn't get on the score sheet, unfortunately. So yes, a loss in the first episode out of this. The first episode? Well, the first game of the episode. And now we have Exeter. Obviously they're playing the formation which we look to play next season. So obviously we'll see how things go there. I think we are rotating the side again, but still having some full first team players in there. It's like Christensen. Harness might look to sell him on, obviously being another player being foul of that winger position. Obviously he's getting quite old now, so he can't be converted into a striker or any other position as quickly as I'd want. But Davis coming back from his injury and he slots us 1-0 in front, 12 minutes in, almost 13, 20 metres out, and plumps it into the back of the net, and it gets himself onto the score sheet. But Exeter, good shot from them, but an even better save from Walton. So Walton has been a really good keeper. He's 72 rated now, and yeah, he's a good keeper for League One, but for the Championship, like I say, we may look to replace him because he has let in a few questionable goals, obviously like this one again. So yeah, Exeter bring that level back to 1-1, and hopefully we can get the momentum going again and getting ourselves more on the score sheet, because I don't really want to fall too far behind But Palmer playing the striker on, yeah, making it 2-1. So we aren't doing so well in the first 2 games of this last episode. Obviously bringing the youth players on, not blaming them for anything, but you know, we are rotating the squad a little bit and trying to give them a few games towards the end of the season and not playing our strongest lineup. But Harris, not sure what happened there on the edge of the half hour, or on the edge of the half, slots it away, but only after getting a rebound from a goalkeeper save, but the goalkeeper couldn't make a second. So yes, we are 2-2, but yeah, questionable tackle from Palmer there, but the keeper Walton with a really good save, keeping us level 2-2 in the 50th minute. Now going on to the 60th minute mark here. Christensen on the edge of the box, playing it into Burns. Burns plays it into Lane. Lane puts it into Harris. Harris, what's he going to do? Going to shoot? Yes, he does. But the keeper forced to make a good save. Chaplin whips it into the box, heads away. Harness on the edge of the box, shoots and goes over wide, and that is going to be the end of that match. Not a good result, but still, obviously we have won the league, so it's not really any consolation really. It's just another point on the board. Last 2 games we are putting Lane, Davis and Skinner on the bench, not on the bench, crikey, what's with my words? We are putting them on the pitch to start off with. So let's go against Charlton. Hopefully we can get a win with the youth that we've brought into this team, but not really. Walton with a good save is how we want to start off things, and Wes Burns wins a header. Really surprised that he won that against that tall lad. Harris going to go for a nice little 3-ball into Chaplin, and Chaplin on the 21st minute mark slots it in the bottom left hand corner and puts Ipswich Town 1, Charlton Athletic 0. And here we have Charlton pinging the ball out and only finds as far as an Ipswich Town player. Lane on the edge of the box. Can he crack a shot? Can he score? No, he can't. Forces a save out of the keeper. Not sure what I was expecting being such a low rated player, but Skinner plays in Harris. Harris goes for the run. He's going to continue his run. He's going to play Skinner in, and Skinner is going to get his second of this episode, and he makes it Ipswich Town 2, Charlton Athletic 0. If we weren't changing formation, and if I didn't make this guy a left winger, which he is so suited to the left winger position, if he played striker, I don't think it would work out, and I think we'd need to move him on. So that might be an idea that I run with as Charlton get back on the score sheet here to make it 2-1. So next episode being the season 2, which will just dive straight into the season after a few transfer businesses. And yeah, Skinner might be sold even at the very, very young age, just coming out of the youth development area. I wasn't expecting to sell him straight out, but you know, if he's not got a place in the team and he's not going to play, there's no point in keeping him, and we might as well just, well, we could loan him out and then for 2 seasons and then gain that extra money that we'll gain from his overall jumping up, because I'm sure he'll end up playing, because Piggott did play in the loaned game, so, and it did show after his appearances and goals coming up, which we'll show you. But yes, Bowden getting on the score sheet for this episode, bringing him on. I think it's the first time I've actually played him, to be honest, against Charlton, because I was just casually playing Skinner and Harness every time. But Bowden is now on the pitch after being subbed on. He's got 19 goals in 36 matches. That is quite a lot for him since he's come on for the 16-year-old. He's either 16 or 17. Well, actually, no, I think he's 18. I can't remember. Either way, he's old enough to be starting for us. And Kamara getting on the score sheet, making it 4-2. So can we protect this lead? 10 minutes left to go. Charlton Athletic on the left hand side here. What can they do? Can they force the ball in? Yes, they can. Finds Fraser. Fraser finds the back of the net, and it's getting a bit of squeaky bum time here as it's 4-3 now, and 82 minutes in. Are Charlton going to find a leveller, as they done in real life when we played them in League One? It was, wow, 4 goals in the last, I think, 10 minutes or so, or 6 minutes. But yeah, we stupidly give away a penalty and then it goes 4-4. And they're celebrating like they've won the game. But they're only getting a point from this game unless we can find a late winner. So straight from the kickoff, we are going to find Ladpo running through. He's just going to slot it away into the back post, and we are going to celebrate like we've got the winner in front of the away fans, cheering them on, putting his hand to the air like, you what? No, we've won the game. You're not getting any points out of this. So that is going to be 5-4 to Ipswich Town against Charlton Athletic. Bit crazy at the end there, but all 3 points coming our way. Now, going into the last game of the season against Derby County. I did expect Derby to be challenging along with us to get to our league championship, but yeah, Lane Tanner Harness coming in, taking off Davis just because give Tanner a few games towards the last season, and yeah, he's playing really well. He's been a really good wing back for us, and Lane getting his first goal of the club. What a lad. He's 52 rated, so I did not expect, I mean, if 52 rated, you'd expect them to be terrible, but like I say, I've played him in these few championship games. We probably will play him in the few championship games. We've played him in the few League One games, and he's done really well for us. So has Skinner. So I'm thinking, even if they are low rated, we might still play them in the championship, which we're going to have to for the youth development objective that we've been given. And yeah, hopefully that is a very good ball into Harris, and Harris finishes it with aplomb, and he has made his mark. And since he's come back, I believe we're going to give him the number 9 shirt, and then probably give Bowden the number 10 if we do go into that 2 strikers up front, and Chaplin he'll just have another number. But playing the ball out terribly into a Derby County player, and Derby County are going to make it 2-2 in the 38th minute, just before the halfway point. But that is going to be for the first half, or is it? We've got a few minutes left to go, and Bowden is on the ball. He's carrying it like a legend. Christensen on the edge of the box, finishes it in the back of the net, making it 3-2 on the halfway point, and that should be the halfway mark, as there'll be no other goals during that point. And yes, it is going into the 60th minute mark now. Derby County on the counter attack now. What can Ndaba do? Can he block it? No. Derby play it back into Hurahan. Mendes Lang is now back on the ball, chips it in over Ndaba's foot into Collins, and Collins finishes it away. And yes, we did get a red card from that challenge, but it's such a silly red card that was given away. And yeah, now we're in the 70th minute. Wes Burns, is he going to sweat it? Is he going to sweat it? Yes, he does. Harris on the edge of the ball makes it Ipswich Town 4, Derby County 3. And let's not do what we did in the last game, where we concede and lose. Well, we didn't lose. We just conceded and then scored in the edge of the hour mark. But yeah, Walton making a really good save. As soon as they got in that position, I was like, oh no, please don't do it. Please, Walton, make the save, and he did, as Chaplin's on the ball. Plays it into Lucas after he's been brought on. Oh my god. Lucas, what you doing, lads? You're supposed to be a good striker. You're supposed to have good finishing. And I have no words of what Chaplin's just done there. He's just had a long range shot. The keeper saved it, but he could only save it into the back of his net. And yeah, makes it Ipswich Town 5, Derby County 3, and we're going to finish on with a high going into the next league season for the championship. And here are the results of the season. So Portsmouth are coming up with us, and Sheffield Wednesday, Plymouth and Derby and Barnsley. Who is going to come up with us, I wonder. Also have to find out. But Burton, Lincoln, Port Vale and Fleetwood go down. Exeter just survived the drop on goal difference, but Harris the top goal scorer after playing 29 games, getting 34 goals. Ladpo coming close, or not 34, 36 goals. Ladpo coming close with 33 after playing 44 games. There we go, Joe Pigott, as he's on loan, 10 goals, 3 assists. But we don't need him. We've got Harris coming up and potentially Bowden going up front as well, and Lucas in on the bench. And Harris and Ladpo finish off the top goal scorers of the season, and we have 6 assist top winners. But don't forget to like, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next season for the championship. Thank you. Bye bye.